Hi everyone, my name is Melinda Lewers. I'm a senior here at Fresno State with you all. I'm a public health community health major, and the behavior I decided to change for Dr. Perez's assignment was having to do with my spiritual health. I know it seems a little unorthodox. I don't think anyone else in the class has really touched on this subject yet, but it was my lowest score overall. As we know, the behavior change survey scores were out of 40, and in my spiritual health column, I only got a 15 out of 40, which was definitely a lot lower than my other scores. And I was trying to think of how could I focus on this, what could I work on. Before I touch on my program, how it went, the changes I made, I just want to give you a background as to why this score was so low for me. Growing up, my parents didn't really raise me in a church setting at all. We celebrated Christmas and Easter, and that was about it. There was never us going to church every Sunday, youth group, nothing like that. So I grew up without a strong connection to a godly presence or a book of religion. I just had my own moral compass. I, sort of knew what was right and wrong based on actions and consequences, and I never had that. So that was why my score was so low, because many of the questions were asking, what kind of connection did you have with a Lord, and, so that's why my score was so low. And I really think that the reason I decided to focus on this as opposed to physical health or my nutrition, just like a lot of us obviously should improve on, we all know. The reason it was important for me is because as a senior, I'm entering such a different time in my life. It's like a turning point. I'm about to move out of my parents' house officially in the Bay Area, move out of Fresno next semester. I'll be a big girl, hopefully with a big girl job, and I just want sort of like a grounding, something that tells me a direction that makes me feel grounded and something that's important to me. So that is why ultimately I decided to pick my spiritual health as my behavior change. One more thing before I go into the program, I would just like to define spiritual health for you all. So spiritual health is a concept that is measured by the amount of peace and harmony an individual experiences in his or her day-to-day life. Spiritual health fluctuates greatly by the amount of time an individual uses to develop their own personal spiritual values. So that, as a whole, is what I would like to be working on in my program. So in the beginning of my behavior change program, I started out with 3 specific goals in mind. The first one was more of a cognitive goal, and that was every week I wanted to research a religion of the world. I wanted to know about everything, its background, its history. Where did it start? What was the book of religion based on? Did it stem off of a different religion? What was the population like? Who was the following? I just really wanted to see what made this religion so special. And hopefully by the end of the program, after the 40 days, that's about 6 weeks. So I had 6 weeks to research 6 different religions, hopefully more if I have time. My second goal is a psychomotor goal. It's a little unordinary, but a lot of people relate spiritually with meditation. So I wanted to engage in 20 minutes of meditation activity 5 days a week. So not only would I be in touch with my spiritual and emotional self, it's a relaxation method, which we all know is nice, especially, senior year, it's pretty stressful. So just 20 minutes a day, engaging in my health, my spiritual health, focusing on, thoughts and feelings, and after my religious research, seeing if any of them connect with me in this meditation, and really just centering in on myself. Lastly, my third goal was to measure my effectiveness and hold myself accountable because I don't have a partner for this program. I was doing it all on my own. I wanted to, every Monday, I was going to do video diaries of myself talking about the progress of the previous week and what my schedule was for the upcoming week. So how busy was I? Was I going to be able to fit the research, the meditation in? What was I going to skip? How was I going to plan it out? So I just needed to hold myself accountable by some way because I wasn't doing it with a partner. So that was my third objective. While planning out my 3 objectives, obviously we all take into consideration the SMART objective goal planning system. So to me, yes, these goals were very specific. I had 3 certain things I wanted to do, I knew how to do them, and they were ready to go. They were definitely measurable as and I could track the amount of time I meditated each week, and I could keep a list of how many religions I researched, and I would obviously have my video logs, so that was measurable. They seemed attainable at the time, I knew what my schedule was. I wasn't asking too much of myself, so they were definitely attainable. Obviously, they were realistic, as I thought in the beginning of the time, and the time frame was set. So we had all the SMART objectives. They were lined up. My goals went with them. I seemed ready to go. Yes. Okay, so my actual program plan. First was the meditation, which there's different settings you can do meditation. Sitting in a chair, laying on a bed, laying on a yoga mat on the floor, which I have all those things in my bedroom ready to go. And how I did it, or how I plan on doing it, and how I did do it, was every session I would look up YouTube videos on meditation, and usually I would look up beginner meditation videos just because it was something new, obviously, to me, so I was just getting used to it. I would watch different ones and more actually listen to them. You're not really watching them. I would listen to different videos, see how I felt with them. There were a couple that I liked more than others. There were definitely some that dragged on for way too long, depending on what the speaker is telling you what to do. They were really cool. So that's how I did that. My program plan for the religion was just Monday afternoons. I don't have work and I don't have class, so every Monday after the video logs is sort of when I wanted to start my research on the religions. That was that plan, and it did not go exactly according to plan, but I'll get into that later. And then, yeah, like I said, I knew I wanted to do my video recordings every Monday as well. That was the plan. The theory that I based my program on and my behavior change was the theory of planned behavior. This theory has really 4 key elements that bring it to life. The first being having an appropriate attitude. Does the participant of the behavior change know what the behavior change is going to consist of? Do they have a positive attitude? Are they ready to go? So that is a big deal. The second is thinking that those around them would agree that this behavior change is beneficial to them. So my friends, my family, my boyfriend, do they have my back on this? Do they think that me meditating, finding a religion is beneficial to me? Which, of course, it betters my life. It betters my happiness. Of course, they were totally on board. Thirdly, I needed to understand that I had control of this behavior change, which I did. I accept the responsibility. I signed the behavior change contract. I knew what was coming for me. I was excited and I was ready to go. And lastly, the main thing of the theory of planned behavior, the most important key, is to have the means necessary to complete the change. So I had access to YouTube, I had access to the videos, I had a place to meditate, I had my iPad to record my videos, I had my laptop, my phone, my iPad, everything to research the religion, so I had everything. This theory was perfect for me, everything pointed in the right direction, and I was ready to begin. Okay, so how did my program go? My program went well and went not so well. The thing that I obviously did not follow through on the most was researching the religions. It was the most time-consuming thing, and to be honest, it was the most boring to me. I felt like I was doing homework when it was only assigned by myself. I didn't think it was benefiting me that much. I was just kind of over it by probably week 2, honestly. I did a couple but was not into it. The meditation every week sometimes felt like a lot. Like if I got home and was anxious and was like, oh my gosh, I have to do this meditation, a 15-minute video dragged on forever. I would stop partway through and say, okay, I'll do it later tonight, like whatever. So it all depended on the mindset. But the meditation went really well overall. I still do it. I did one this afternoon. I do it when I can, when I'm already in a relaxed mood or when I need that relaxation. It definitely didn't happen 20 minutes a day, 5 days a week. But it has happened. It helps. I love it so far. I just keep watching videos over and over. I would recommend it. I'll send you some links if you want. But the meditation went well. I did a couple of video logs, but they weren't helping too much. I didn't really find them necessary or helpful, so I have a few, maybe 4 done. Not consecutive either, but I was supposed to do 6 overall, so I think that's pretty successful. So if I were to do this over again and I had a new mindset and a new plan, I would definitely incorporate some sort of group meditation, maybe having my sorority sisters do it with me once a week, my parents telling them I was doing it, my boyfriend, my friends, it would be really cool to just have a meditation circle, and I don't know. So I think that would be something that would benefit me. Also, researching the religions, I think would be much more personal and special for me to talk to someone who practices that religion. So if I have friends that are of different religions, just talking to them instead of researching on my computer would be, I think, more helpful for my personality, and that would be definitely. Overall, like I said, I'm happy with my progress. Obviously, it wasn't 100%, but most of us didn't do 100% on theirs either. But I'm still very happy. I haven't connected with a religion, but who knows if that will ever come for me. I love the meditation. It's a great technique for relaxation and just refocusing, recentering with myself. I sound like a hippie saying that, but I love it. I would recommend it for all of you. There's a couple of videos that I really love and have sort of stuck to, so if you'd like those, I'll send them to you. Overall, I liked this program and it worked well for me. Thank you. Good luck on finals.